Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would pop in and share some of the layouts that I got done during March's Secret Not Secret Kit Club party. It was the very last weekend of March. We have a weekend-long party every single month with oh my goodness, 27, 28 challenges. It's just an awesome time. So much inspiration and a fun community. We laugh, we craft, and then my place actually looks like a mess after I get it done, but I enjoy it. I don't get anywhere close to the number of projects and layouts that a lot of the people do get done, but I really enjoy it. I have fun, and I just get done what I can get done. This party, though, I did get about 8 or 9 projects done, but I'm here today to share 4 or 5 of them because some of the other projects that I got done were done for gifts, which I haven't given yet. So I will be back to share those within a week or so. So the first layout that I got done was on the Friday evening. Our parties run from Friday to Sunday, and sometimes we actually get a couple of little bonus challenges on the Thursday evening to get the creative juices going. So this was for a Friday night challenge called Color Play, and in this one, Christina put up a few, I think it was 4 different color palettes. There was a brights, there might have been, I don't remember the names, and there was one which was a neutral, which wasn't really just neutral colors per se, but softer, more pastel with neutral undertones. So there's some grays, but there was some of this sort of like dusty, very pale rose color. So I went with the neutral palette because I really wanted to try and finish up using, and I've just about killed the mini kit that I had from last November based on the Close to My Heart bouquet collection. So this is from that paper, of course, and this is sort of following my 1/3 2/3 kind of go-to design. If you go back on my channel, you'll see I have 4 different videos with go-to designs that I like to go back to time and time again. This is a Chanel inspired one. Then I used some more of this Close to My Heart paper here. This one is also from Close to My Heart, and I think this actual paper made an appearance on at least 3 or 4 different projects. So all of the paper that I used for layering is from that kit. The background paper is from Doodlebug Designs. It's an Essentials, little bit of a polka dot paper, and that comes in very handy. I love this sort of pattern paper that reads a little bit like a solid. This little journaling block comes from the Vicki Boutin. It was left over from one of my Kill a Kit with Style kits, I think the February one. Also from the February or March Kill a Kit with Style is some puppy stickers from Pink Fresh Studios. These little die cuts, and this is actually the bottom part of this same journaling spot. Then some Scrap and Happy flair that I have, Scrap and Happy Studios, which I got in one of my kits. This I think is this from One Canoe 2? I think it might be from One Canoe 2, or is it Jane Hatfield? But I have 2 sets of these, and I just absolutely love them. And then of course I got my little pink Freckled Fawn camera on here. So this layout is for My Times Are Changing, the album that I started doing a couple of parties ago, recording my careers over the years. And this is quite a big deal for me. It was one of the very first, not one of the very first, the very first large contract that I negotiated and signed when I was in the aircraft industry. So this, I think, is back in 1989 somewhere. So that really goes back. So there you go. So I kind of love this one. It came together very, very quickly. These kind of go-to designs make for a very, very fast scrapping. So there we go. Now the second layout that I got done, the actual challenge for this was to create the background. So I created the background, and then later on the weekend, I did sort of, for just an additional page, an extra point project, I did the page to go along with it. So the background is on white cardstock. I dug out 3 different shimmers paints. One which is, I believe, is called Mint to Be. One that is in the pink. I think it might be Pinko de Mayo. And then one which is wheat something or other. And I just used some fairly large brush strokes. You can see that you can still actually see the brush strokes in the paint. And I did some overlapping, so it gave a little bit of blending and gave sort of this little purple color as well. So I kind of like that effect. Then I used a Tim Holtz burlap stencil because I thought it went a little bit with the theme of the photo, which is my sister from another mister and her mom working on a Swedish weaving project together. Then I used, I think it's See You in the Morning, Dazzlers texture paste from Shimmers on the background. And then I used some Heidi Shine or some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine on the back. And some of the splatters, I just let them run down a little bit, and some were just made as actual splatters. And then a little bit later in the weekend, I just did the layout. This really just literally took minutes to do, a doily behind the photo, and then some very, very old stash here. This is all the way back to Crepe Paper's Craft Market. This is a Maggie Holmes sticker that I had, which is quite a chunky gold glitter. This is from Fancy Pants Design. I think it's Millie and June. Some enamel dots and shapes that I have in my stash. This is also from Fancy Pants Design. So very quick, and then just a few little word stickers here that are hanging out with my mom, best friends, and the date of the photo. So I got so this, I guess, is really like 2 projects in a way. Then the next one that I got done was for a favorites place project, and the original intent, I think, of the project was around our town or neighborhood, but I had done quite a few of those types of layouts recently with my little town, with the church steeple, the public pianos in the last party. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, but I didn't really have any inspiration. And then Scrappin' Amy, who is One Mummy Scrapping here on YouTube, did her layout based on a view of some sort, I believe. Anyway, I know I got my inspiration from Amy, so thank you, Amy. And what I chose for this one was a view that I get often when I'm cooking in my kitchen. I have a very open plan, large apartment. So my kitchen is sort of about here, and I can see through to what would be a dining room, living room, which in my house happens to be one great big scrapping apartment because I can, and Chopin loves it too. And this area here would actually be my living room, which has now been relegated to what would be in other people's homes, a spare bedroom. So there you go. So the title is Lovely View and Happy Place. When I'm cooking in the kitchen, I love seeing right through to the window and the sunset. I love the warm glow, Chopin sunning himself, and seeing my inspiration wall, and even some supplies. So there you go. Now you have a little bit of Chopin's dirty little secret. One of the reasons he loves being up on that table where I do a lot of my scrapping is those lights. But we're just going to stick with he loves the scrapping, which he really does do actually as well. I used here just a cardstock background. A scrap that I had on my desk here, I think is from a Stampin' Up! Pattern paper. This is a Heidi Swap, which was in one of my kits. I think it's from the Emerson Lane. This is actually the B-side. I remember I had cut this, I think I had used a big square of this paper on another project. So this is the B-side, which was a leftover a little bit here, which I just cut into a banner. And then I inked it to give it a little bit of definition. Some scraps that I had on my desk from some Pink Paisley, Paige Evans collections. Then I just put my photos. I love arranging my 3x4 photos a little bit this way, one on top of the other, and just at a little bit of an angle. Some chipboard, Happy Place alphas, and there you go. Quite a nice, simple. And these puffy stickers are from Pink Fresh Studios. I have two. A full sheet of stars. Some are full, others are outlines like this one, and a full sheet that I have of hearts as well. So there you go. That was for a happy place or a favorite place challenge. And then the last project that I want to share with you for today is sort of an art journal page. And art journaling is not something that I do all that often. It's not something that I do for some deep journaling or anything like that either. I really just do it for fun, for a creative outlet. I tend to actually do one often during these parties, sort of maybe on the Saturday night, where I'm a little bit tired from doing projects and layouts and cards, and I just want to just have a little bit of creative play. And they are also usually in response to Kathy McElfresh's challenges, her Get Messy challenges, which are always so much fun. And that is exactly what this one was. And this challenge was to use trash, so offcuts, bits of packaging that we would throw out, leftovers from maybe other projects. And that's exactly what I did. So the first part of what I did was to actually go into my journal and use something that I had already done. So I often, when I am doing some mixed media on layouts, I'll just come into the journal here and I will clean off my stamps, a little bit of my stenciling, texture paste left over, some extra paint, and I will go in and put it as foundation pages. So that is the first thing that I did, I guess, which is, I guess you could call trash, leftovers from other projects. And there was a little bit of texture paste, and you can see here where I would have used the burlap. This has some texture from, I don't quite know, I probably just turned over the stencil and cleaned off a little bit of texture paste that was there. I had used some color a little bit on this background as well, probably cleaned off a little bit of mist. So the first thing I did was just cover that up with a little bit of gesso, or maybe even probably some watered down acrylic paint, because you can actually see some brush strokes here. The other trash that I used was some leftover torn bits that I had used from some collage on another art journal page that I had previously done, based on some inky quill printables. And this is from a Daphne's Diary, I think, and they were already torn. So I just took the bits and added them here with some matte medium gel. Did some stamping here with a Stampin' Up! Stamp and two different inks. I think it was Midnight Muse and Strawberry Slush. I'm not quite sure which of the two. Some die cuts. These are punched out shapes that I had in my scrap bowl. Then I used just a little bit of, I used some gelatos here, and although I don't consider them trash, I just don't use them enough. So I thought it was a lot of fun getting them out. I used a darkish blue and a pink, and then did a little bit of blending here with my finger that gives this purplish tone as well. This was sitting on my scrap bowl, very, very old piece of vellum from an old Scraptastic kit. So that's probably from like 2014 or so. And these were bits from a scrapbook and cards today. I just put here, waiting for sweet spring blooms, because I think actually on that weekend, it was the end of March, but we were still getting snow and sleet and freezing rain. It's just been that kind of day. Don't get me started on what we got this week. I'll tell you about that in another video, but power losses for 2-3 days, a blizzard on Tuesday, and that, my friends, was like April 9th, 10th, crazy. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. So there you go. So this was for Kathy's challenge, and I just had fun. I just played and had fun in my art journal, added these lovely Spiegel Mom Scrap sequins, and there you have it. So these are the first 4 projects that I got done. I will be back to share the others when I've given the present. So thank you for joining me. I love reading your comments. Thank you for your likes and all this, your subscribing. And very, very soon, I'm sorry, I'm already at like 550 or so subbies. So I really need to get a giveaway done. I promise that is coming very, very soon. And there will be an awesome prize associated with it. So talk to you all soon. See you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.